whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a looks of somebody who needs you. When you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
Nerd Lair. Be sure to watch the first episode of Fully Demonetized, now streaming on Quibi. You guys should check out their channels. Links are down below in the video description. Alright, on with this tier list video. Let's do this. So, we have 10 90s sitcoms. Technically, some of these started in the 80s, but really gained popularity throughout the 90s. Of TV shows, sitcoms that I remember watching, primetime TV, TGI Fridays, stuff like that. Now, I know there's a lot more shows that I could put on this, but these are the ones that I watch the most and remember the most. So, the ones that I have chosen are Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Dinosaurs, Full House, Frasier, Roseanne, Home Improvement, Saved by the Bell, Seinfeld, Boy Meets World, and Family Matters. And I just want to say that most of these are actually really good shows. You know, I will probably give some crap to Saved by the Bell, but I still watched it. You know what? Let's just get this one out of the way right away. Saved by the Bell. Zach, the main character, he's a real piece of shit. All of them are, really. They're all horrible, horrible kids. Even Screech at one point. I think it's safe to say that this belongs in a D, because even though it is the worst out of these shows, I still enjoy watching it because it's super cheesy, it's super hammy, super 90s. And the messages in this show for each episode, like what they're trying to get across to the audience, is just so completely twisted and backwards that it has to be at a D. I'm sorry if anyone likes that show. Again, I like it in a way. So the next one I'm going to do is Frasier, and this one's a funny one for me. I don't remember it a whole lot, and I know a lot of people love this show, but I do remember watching it every so often. One, because it takes place in Seattle, even though it's probably filmed in LA. And, you know, every scene that they're in a building, you can see the Space Needle, which is complete bullshit. That's not really how it is, and I'm pretty sure the view that they have from Frasier's apartment I don't think it's possible to have that scenery. Maybe it is, I don't know, but the Space Needle's always back there, no matter what shot out the window they're showing. And this show is fine. I'm gonna probably just put it at a C because it's the one I least remember, but I still remember getting laughs from it. Kind of yuppie, overprivileged white men. They have a strong female character in there, and it makes for some good comedy, that's for sure. The theme song is also fire. Next one is Full House, and I watched this one a lot. And a lot of these shows kind of suffered towards the end of the series because they just all mostly went on for a long time, and the longer that they were making episodes, the worse and worse the episodes got. Kids got older, they got less cute, except for DJ Tanner, mind you. She was always a babe. But it was one of those very, very wholesome family shows with a little bit of comedy every once in a while. Comedy that was very PG. And sometimes I would even give a genuine laugh from some of the jokes, especially from Danny Tanner, because he was just a straight edge guy. And knowing what Bob Saget is like in real life now just makes seeing him like this in the show that much funnier. So I'm definitely gonna put this at a C for now. It's not my favorite show on this list by far, but it's got a banger of a theme song. So next show, I'm just gonna get out of the way. I'm gonna put this at an A because that's where it belongs. It's a great fucking show. Seinfeld, is a legendary classic show for a reason. For a show that's about so little on the surface, it's actually about quite a bit. It has perfect comedic timing, amazing jokes, amazingly funny characters and actors. Overall, the show was damn near perfect until the end season, and that's where it kind of fell off, and the ending was yeah, we're not going to get into that. That'll be an episode for another day. But yeah, Seinfeld is definitely an A. And I just want to say that with all of these shows, I'm ranking them based on the height of their popularity, when the shows were at their best, because most of these shows, again, fell off towards the last of the seasons, so you can't really judge it for that. They're popular for a reason, because they did stuff that really resonated with people. Alright, next up is Boy Meets World. I frickin' loved Boy Meets World. Every character in this was just freaking hilarious, and watching them grow from, you know, being in like middle school or elementary school or whatever to being adults in like college and stuff was really cool to see. You know, you had Mr. Feeney, the lovable Mr. Feeney, who I think is still alive, or maybe he passed away recently. If you are passed away, rest in peace, Mr. Feeney. You have Ben Savage, who plays Corey, which is, you know, Fred Savage's little brother. Kid's a great actor, along with Ryder Strong, who played Sean, his best friend. And oh, Topanga. Boy, Topanga, that girl was thick. And that was half of the reason why I watched the show. She was smoking, she still is. But with that being said, Boy Meets World did have its problems later on, but I think the height of the show, when it was the most popular, definitely deserves a B. I'm gonna put it at a B. It wasn't a perfect show, and it had some kind of ham-fisted episodes, but overall, I think it deserves a B for right now. Alright, next is Family Matters. This one was a really weird show because the series starts out and it's more about the family, you know, with like the cop dad and the brother and sister. I think there were maybe like 2 brothers and a sister or something like that. And then, you know, there was Urkel, who was the geeky like neighbor kid who would come over and terrorize the dad. But over the series, it became more about Urkel, and that, you know, that's where the money was, because everyone loved Jaleel White as Urkel. But again, it's another show that suffered from being on the air too long, and the show just kind of tanked, especially when Urkel started turning into Cool Kid Urkel or something. I can't remember exactly, but he would turn into like a cool version of himself, and all the girls wanted it. That was dumb. This one's gonna be at a C. It's just average. It's a great show, but average. Alright, God, dinosaurs. This one was so freaking bizarre and kind of creepy, but also really good. It's just a regular old sitcom in the Jurassic period, with dinosaurs. And the main draw to this show for me was the costume design and, you know, the special makeup effects and stuff. It was just cool. And there were some episodes that were kind of like PSA episodes, like don't do drugs, but they would do it in like a really like kind of twisted dinosaur version of it. I think the son, he was like taking steroids or something, but it was like these little creatures that, like, I think he would like eat them or bite them, and they would make him all ripped so he could get the cool dinosaur girl at school, and then she ends up not liking him because he like beats her or something. It was so freaking bizarre. And then you had the fucking fat baby, I'm the baby, gotta love me. And yeah, this show was just really goofy, and I really liked it. So I'm gonna put it at a B. Yeah, B. Alright, let's do Roseanne. This one is a special one for me, mainly because it has my name in the middle of her name, so that makes it instantly an amazing show. But no, seriously, this show started out in the 80s, but I remember watching it a lot in the 90s, and it got really good once the 90s hit. I think it started in like 89, maybe? But, you know, it was about a working class household. They were, you know, scraping by every episode. You know, we have John Goodman as Dan Connor, Roseanne Barr as Roseanne, and it was just great. Best TV sitcom dad, Dan Connor, by far. Until he cheats on Roseanne with his mom's nurse or something. Again, this is another show that fucking just tanked in the later seasons. Once they won the lottery, again, spoilers, once they won the lottery in this show is when the show went. Great show, great characters, really crude at times humor, really quick and witty humor too. A lot of dry, sarcastic jokes that just land so well. You know what? Fuck it. I'm putting it at an S rank. I love Roseanne. It's one of my all-time favorite shows. All right, Home Improvement. Oh man, Tim Allen. I hear they're rebooting this show, which makes me really sad. I don't want a reboot of any of these shows except for Roseanne, which there was an exception for some reason in my own head. Home Improvement was great. It was a show about a guy who was a guy on TV who fixed things, and he was he's a manly man, loves tools, talked to his neighbor who you never saw the neighbor's face. It was great, and he would always go and it was just awesome. Him and his wife, I can't remember what her name, the actress who plays his wife in the show, they were great. They had good chemistry. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was the bratty kid, and I think the reason why he got that role is because he kind of looked like he would be Tim Allen's kid. So yeah, I'm gonna put Home Improvement at an A. If you haven't seen it, go watch it and you'll know why it's at an A for me. It's a really funny, great show. And the last one is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I'm just gonna, do us all a favor and put this right here because it's The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This show was fucking gold. Everyone in this show was hilarious, from Will to the butler, Jeffrey. Everyone had amazing comedic timing. All of their jokes were landing. Great chemistry with one another, especially the dichotomy between Carlton and Will. That was really funny because throughout the show, he's always ragging on Carlton, and throughout the series, they get that bromance that everyone wanted to see. And same with him. Uncle Phil started to respect Will. And they bonded. He's basically his father because he's taking care of him throughout the entire show. If they ever bring it back, I don't know. I kind of just want it to stay as is because a lot of these shows, they've done Fuller House. They've done, there's a new Saved by the Bell out. They did Girl Meets World. I think they're doing a Home Improvement reboot, and then they've done the reboot for Roseanne. So I don't want Fresh Prince to suffer the same fate as these reboots did, because it just wouldn't be good anymore. And that's my tier list for you guys for 90s sitcoms that I remember watching the most. I want to know what you guys think of my list, and let me know which one of these or other ones that I didn't name are your favorite sitcoms of all time down below in the comments section. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Again, go check out the other YouTubers that were in the intro to this video. Links are down below in the video description. They're all great content creators. I'm sure you're going to find someone who tickles your fancy. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and the subscribe button to see more content like this. Check me out on social media. Links are also down below in the video description, and I will see you guys next time in the Nerd Lair. Stay nostalgic.